Chapter 1: The Rise of al-Qaeda. The emergence of al-Qaeda as a global terrorist organization is deeply rooted in the geopolitical upheavals of the late 20th century. Osama bin Laden, a wealthy Saudi national, played a pivotal role in its creation following the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan in 1979. Initially, bin Laden supported the mujahideen resistance with resources and logistics, forging relationships with key fighters and ideologues who would later become central to al-Qaeda's foundation. As the war against the Soviets intensified, bin Laden began to adopt a more radical vision. Influenced by extremist scholars and battlefield experiences, he envisioned a transnational jihad that extended beyond Afghanistan. The end of the Soviet-Afghan War in 1989 marked a turning point. Instead of disbanding, many of the foreign fighters sought new causes, and bin Laden capitalized on this by formally establishing al-Qaeda in 1988. Its purpose was clear: to defend Islam from perceived enemies, particularly Western powers and secular regimes in the Middle East. Throughout the 1990s, al-Qaeda grew in both scope and ambition. Bin Laden's relocation to Sudan in the early part of the decade offered a temporary safe haven to consolidate his network. During this time, he formed alliances with other militant groups and refined his ideological platform. By the time he returned to Afghanistan in 1996, now under Taliban control, al-Qaeda had developed the infrastructure, funding, and global connections necessary for large-scale operations. Bin Laden's 1996 and 1998 fatwas called for violent jihad against the United States, which he accused of occupying Muslim lands and supporting corrupt regimes. These declarations laid the ideological groundwork for future attacks. The bombings of U.S. embassies in Kenya and Tanzania in 1998 marked al-Qaeda's shift to international terror. 2 years later, the attack on the USS Cole in Yemen demonstrated the group's growing reach and operational capability. By the eve of the 21st century, al-Qaeda had evolved from a loose collection of fighters into a formidable organization capable of executing complex plots. Its global strategy, charismatic leadership, and decentralized structure made it difficult to contain. As it plotted its most infamous operation, the September 11th attacks, the world remained largely unaware of the full extent of the threat it posed. The rise of al-Qaeda set the stage for a new era of global conflict, one that would forever change the course of international security and American.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?